Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all having a great day today. I just wanted to give this quick encouragement for maybe anyone who feels stuck, or for maybe anyone who feels like things aren't going the way they're supposed to, or the way they want them to, or the way that they felt they were supposed to. Because I understand that in these moments, it can feel very frustrating, and I was kind of having these feelings yesterday. And I feel like a lot of it comes down to us just not trusting God at its root. Obviously, every situation is very different, but I'm going to explain something that happened yesterday. So I was trying to figure out my plan for the fall, like for this fall, for classes and work, trying to organize my schedule in a way that allows me to do everything that I want to get done. And I was just driving myself absolutely insane because I had originally wanted to go full-time with school in the fall and part-time with work, but it wouldn't work that way. And it just was, I just am in a weird dilemma. I can explain that in another video or whatever, but I was driving myself absolutely nuts. And because I was like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this, work and school at the same time thing for 2 years now. I just want to be done. I just want to get my master's degree, start practicing, just be a therapist, just do whatever I want essentially. And, I kind of had to take a moment and be like, I'm not trusting God right now. When have I ever been in a position where trusting God didn't work out? Or when has God ever given me a reason not to trust him? God got me this far. He's gotten me through every situation. I'm right where I need to be right now, because even times in my past when I wasn't pursuing things that I felt like maybe was what God wanted, whether I knew it or not, God was always able to get me to the place that I needed to be in the time that I needed to be there, I don't know if I told you guys this. I'm pretty sure I have, but when I was in high school, I was applying to, colleges for undergrad, and I didn't have a number one really or anything. I genuinely loved all the schools that I applied to. And there was one school in particular that, again, it wasn't my top or anything, but I was I feel like I'm gonna end up going there, or just everything just seemed to make sense for that one. And I was like, I think that's going to be it. And so, and it's funny because the school that I ended up going to, I was kind of initially against it. And it's so funny because I was I feel like I might end up there, but I don't really want to go there because I knew people that went there and I wanted a clean slate, fresh start. So the school that I thought I was originally meant to go to, I got in, I was super excited. I was like, yes, that's where I'm going. I literally committed there. I was like, that's where I'm going. I told everybody, I was like, yeah, I'm going to insert school name here. And then I ended up not getting any money from them. In this day and age, you kind of need scholarships because college is expensive. And I was so taken aback. I was shocked. I was like, God, what the heck? I thought that this was it. I thought that this was the school. And then the school that I initially was like, I don't really want to I don't know. I'm not going to go into details about, what happened, but God ended up making a way where this school definitely was the right place to go. And not only did I eventually become this university's biggest freaking cheerleader, obsessed with it, I could sell this school to anyone who ever wants to go there. I'm always just yes, tell me, I got you. I'll tell you everything. I just could not fathom how much I loved the school that God ended up sending me to. But that was also the school that I ended up attending, where I first really learned the gospel, where the gospel really made sense to me. And I was able to join a campus ministry that actually preached the gospel. No works attached, grace through faith, Jesus' blood alone, the truth, the biblical truth. And not only that, but the pastor and the campus minister whom I had, he was the most amazing person that I could have asked for in a campus minister. Super compassionate, super understanding. I had so many questions because, again, I was, raised Catholic. I didn't know a whole lot about, Christianity or grace through faith. I had so many questions. I was struggling a lot with mental illness. And wouldn't you know it, this pastor literally had a degree in clinical mental health counseling in addition to being a full pastor. So he was not the kind of person who was like, oh, just pray about it. He was like, okay, well, let's talk about that. Let's journal it. Let's unpack that. Is there anything from your past that could be contributing to this? Is there, our brain can have misfires, sometimes neural pathway. He was just so good at everything. And, I was struggling with things, again, mental health, homosexuality, things that normally I feel like you might not be able to get the best response from a campus minister in, but he was phenomenal. He like just had such an amazing approach to everything, and it was incredible. And that was 110% God working, and God, me thinking one thing, God having a different plan. And there's so many instances where I can like look back on life and just be like, oh my gosh, like that's why that worked out, or that's why that didn't work out. That's another thing. Like sometimes, again, like when it seems like something is so perfect for you and you don't get it, it can initially leave us super confused. Like, what the heck? Like, again, like that school that I thought I was going to, there was another time where there was a certain job I thought was like perfect for me. I applied to this one job one time and I was like, oh my gosh, that's going to be it. I'm going to go there. And it seemed so perfect. And then all of a sudden, like, I didn't get it. And I was like, God, what the heck? Like, I feel like that was the place to be, you know? And then I ended up landing the job that I have right now, and it could not work out more perfect. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are just so many times in which when it seems like you're in a certain situation or a certain situation might be going one way and then it doesn't, to just remember to trust God, because I do genuinely believe that God can use any situation for good. And I do believe that, again, like, whose hands would you want your life to be in? The one who is for you, not against you, the one who sees the whole picture. Again, like if it was really all up to us, like we would be making so many mistakes, and we do that daily, you know? And even when we make mistakes, God is able to turn them into something good. Again, I use the analogy of like a GPS. You know, if you make a wrong turn, God's able to reroute the GPS and get you back on track. You know, like we don't really have a reason not to trust God. You know, like why wouldn't we? So if you're in a slump, or if you're feeling like things aren't working out, or if you feel like you're, I've had it the same time with like, chasing. There was a time in my life where I felt like I was chasing the wrong friend group, and I was like, why am I not trusting that God's going to put the right people in my life when they're supposed to be there? I guess the whole general, I know I'm kind of talking all over the place because it's 6:18 in the morning and I didn't really sleep last night. So sorry if this is a little scattered, but to tie everything together and to try and make this make sense, I think we could all do a little bit better of just trusting God with our lives. I think that most of us are like, yeah, I trust, God with my salvation. I trust that Jesus Christ, his life, death, burial, and resurrection alone paid for my salvation only by the blood. But when it comes to our lives, I think we need to remember to trust God with our life as well. Because again, whose hands do we want our lives to be in? Probably the one who's for us, not against us, who sees the whole picture, who loves us more than anyone else can, our literal creator. So anyway, I hope that this video helps whoever needed to hear this. If you guys are awake right now, I don't know. I know that I have some people from, Europe as well who are on this channel, but I feel like the most people here are, USA, but I'm always curious to know where people are from. But anyway, hope you guys are all doing well. I hope this video helps whoever needed to hear this. As always, if you guys ever have any comments, questions, or concerns, do not ever hesitate to leave me a comment down below or shoot me an email at my email address, which will be right down here. Also, if you guys have any prayer requests, let me know of those as well. And as always, have a lovely rest of your day and God bless.